Hey guys, Torsten Malm here, tattoo artist specializing in color realism. Today we're going to be talking about the machine that I prefer to use for all of my work. The machine I'm using for everything I do is from FK Irons. It's called the Direct 2. It's what I call a no bullshit machine. So it's a direct machine. As you can see, it has a cam wheel and all the power from the motor is directly transitioned to the needle bar, pushing the needle down in the skin. So there's really no power lost in these mechanics. And the reason why I'm calling it a no bullshit machine is because it doesn't have any give. It's very truthful for you, so it's not gonna bullshit you. And I'm not saying that using give is wrong, I'm just telling here what my preferences are and why. So the reason why I choose a direct machine is I really don't prefer give. I want to be in control of what I'm doing. And if you have a machine that has a lot of give, it's going to change quite a lot depending on what needle groupings you're using. So if you're using a 3-liner, for example, that needle is going to get pushed through the skin with ease, no matter what. But then when you're changing to a 15 mag, it's a lot bigger area, so there's a lot more pressure caused from the skin in resistance to the needle penetrating the skin, which again causes the give mechanism to give after a lot more, thus not penetrating the skin in the same way. So you're gonna have a lot of differences in how the machine behaves depending on what needle sizes you're using and also what body area you're tattooing on. And in all honesty, I don't want to give this power to the machine. I want to be in control of it. And with this machine, I can be sure that, yeah, first of all, I'm in control and I can always penetrate the right layer of skin instead of just damaging the surface and not actually leaving any pigment in the skin. So this machine is interesting because in case you would have any problems with the motor, it's easy to exchange and get a new one. Now, good thing is I think I've been using this machine for 2.5 or even 3 years, maybe even 4 years. And I actually haven't had any problems with this specific machine, so it's pretty durable. Now it comes with a 3.4 millimeter cam wheel, which is the standard, and that's the one I'm using, so a 3.4 millimeter stroke length. They also have two other options, which is 2.8 millimeters and 4.0 millimeters. Now I'm using 3.4 because it works very well with this machine. If you opt for a smaller stroke length, I would not recommend it, especially if you're doing color work and you want to pack color, because if the needle doesn't go far enough in to the machine, it doesn't gather enough pigment on the surface of the needle pins, and you might end up just tattooing with less ink than what you actually would like to have on the needle pins. It can also cause for a lot of turbulence in the needle tip, and that can cause for this spraying effect when there's a lot of spraying ink everywhere. Now, a longer stroke length can be beneficial, but you don't have to overdo it. Usually these machines come with a standard stroke length that is pretty efficient for what you want to do. There are many good machines, and I know nowadays a lot of people use pen models. I've tried them out myself too, and some of them are very efficient and very good. I still think that there's one problem with them, at least with most of them, and that's the part of keeping them clean. It's a very difficult machine to actually keep clean. You can get these single-use grips for most of them, but you still have the same plunge bar inside the machine, which is going to be very difficult to clean. Now, the good thing with this Direct 2 is that I can actually use a single-use grip and a sterilized single-use bar. So I have a very, very small risk of cross-contamination. Whereas in these pen models, it really is virtually impossible to avoid getting any ink inside the machine, and it's going to be very difficult to keep it clean inside the machine also. So I really recommend going for something where you can have all single use and avoid any kind of cross-contamination. This specific machine I usually run around 7.5 volts. It changes a little bit depending on what I'm doing. Sometimes running it even on 9 volts and sometimes even on 5.5 volts. So yeah, it depends quite a lot on what I'm doing, but I would say my go-to voltage is 7.5 volts for this specific machine. If you guys want me to talk about other machines, what I feel like is the pluses and minuses of them, I have quite a lot of experience with many different machines and different mechanics. So if there's a specific model or something or specific mechanics that you want me to cover, let me know. I actually also have a master's degree in civil engineering, so I have quite a good understanding of how the mechanics of the two machines work. So if you have some specific questions regarding that, comment below. Let's see, maybe I can cover some of that. If you have anything else that you want me to cover, let me know also in the comments and I'll see if I can cover that. Also, if you have any friends who are interested in tattooing and you feel like this might be beneficial for them, please share, let them know about my channel, and I'll see you guys next week with a new video.